Hey, yo, what's up? I got a question. Can I give a test? Sorry? I said, can I give it a test? Huh? Can I give it a test? Uh, yeah. Oh, man. I don't hear very well, and I've dealt with this my whole life, and I quite like it. I think it's better to not be able to hear as good as the average Joe. If I was put in a scenario where I had to offer either of my senses, I would say hearing 9 out of 10 times. Hey! What's up? I got a question. Would you rather lose your hearing or hearing? I didn't get to finish my question. Huh? The only thing holding me back from 10 is music, because who doesn't like music? Why is hearing bad good, you may ask? Imagine waking up in the morning and not by those annoying birds. How about a summer day? I can walk around without ever hearing those, what are they called?
Cicadas.
Yeah, those. You know what else I can do though? I can read lips. You know what I can do with that? Yeah, well, I guess I can understand people from the other side of the window. Like and subscribe? But it's not always been this pretty. I remember when I went in 2nd grade, my parents decided to sign me up to a hard of hearing community because they thought it was a good idea for me to socialize with those kids. Every Tuesday, a taxi arrived at my school early in the morning and took me away to the small location of these kids for the whole day. Now, I'd like for you to imagine how that feels. And remember, I was like 8 years old, so everything was exaggerated and overdramatic. Honestly felt like I was being stripped away from all my rights. Mind you, this happened every Tuesday. Tell me why the school always decided to do the most fun stuff on the days I was absent. I remember one time when I really didn't want to go, so I decided to play hide and seek with my teachers. Let's just say I ended up a happy boy that day. And then there are times when you miss here, which reminds me of one time in 7th grade during an English class. Now, I'm not one to raise my hand, but this time I felt like I had to prove myself to my peers. Since I didn't hear the question, I had to figure it out by listening to the answers, and so I started to listen to what my classmates had to say. Like Jeopardy. Carriage. Horses. Boats. Trains. That's an easy one. If I look closely, they all have one thing in common. So according to my extensive calculations, I'll get this one right as long as I don't screw it up. Unless they somehow manage to blindside me with a trick question. No way they do that. Without any hesitation, I raised my hand with too much confidence for my own good, and into the silence I uttered,
Flight.
It didn't take me too long to figure something was amiss because I was met with a longer pause of silence than I'd foreseen. Nobody said nothing. Finally, my teacher broke the silence to tell me that airplanes didn't exist in the 1800s. I've always been amazed by how good people hear, because I don't. But it can be a bit of a hassle because it feels like people see what you don't see. Can you see that? Nope. Or hear in this case. Do you hear that? Nope. What makes it worse is that if I want to prank someone, it wouldn't work because again, I don't hear what other people hear. Which makes it difficult for me to feign innocence. Like this one time in middle school when me and my friends were out playing game of ball. Now it's not uncommon for the ball to get sent flying away, so the responsibility to bring back the ball falls on the kid closest to the ball. So on this unfortunate day, I was that kid. So I went on my merry way to bring back the ball, but because I was not participating in the oncoming round, I thought it was more efficient for me to throw back the ball. Unfortunately, the ball wasn't the only thing I sent flying. I had accidentally ripped apart simultaneously. But I had 2 reasons I wouldn't need to worry. For one, nobody was really close to me, and for 2, it wasn't that loud. Or so I thought, because right after I ripped that fart, I heard chuckles from the boys and from someone behind me. Unbeknownst to me, the popular girl was right behind me, witnessing me blowing a fart right towards her. Now at this point, like any other kid, all you have to do is act like you didn't do it. But then I thought about it, and it doesn't really make any sense. Because imagine a blind dude telling some other guy that they're not doing something, but then you're looking at him doing it. Did you eat my cookies? Nope. Yeah, no, there's no way they believe me. All that to say, hard of hearing isn't that bad. So when you get older, you know what's coming. Do you hear that? No.